was being constructed, I went to the top by crossing the scaffolding. Brahmananda, so you must have been very brave. Prabhupada, yes, I am still brave. Otherwise, how could I come alone to preach Krishna consciousness? I am still brave. That's Prabhupada. Prabhupada, some astrologer told that this boy, for executing his purpose, he will enter into the fire. Yes, recently in our Bombay affair, it was fight with the fire. Is it not? Brahmananda, oh yes, Prabhupada, and we have come out victorious. Brahmananda, yes, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, so much obstacle still going on. Now the governor is cornered. Brahmananda, the governor of Maharashtra. Prabhupada, yes, Bombay. If he says yes, that is also dangerous. If he says no, that is also dangerous. Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatho Jaya Mudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9 and Text 35. Rishim Adhyam Na Badnati. Rishim Adhyam Na Badnati. Papiyam Tvam Rajogunaha. Papiyam Stvam Rajogunaha. Yat Manaha Mayi Nirbandham Nirbaddham Yanmano Mayi Nirbandham Prajaha Samsrujataha Api Te Praja Samsrujatopi Te Rishim Adhyam Na Badnati. Papiyam Stvam Rajogunaha Yanmano Mayi Nirbandham Praja Samsrujatopi Te. Rishi, unto the great sage, Adhyam, the first of the kind, Na, never, Badnati, encroaches, Papiyan, vicious, Tvam, you, Rajagunaha, the material mode of passion, Yat, because, Manaha, mind, Mayi, in me, Nirbadham, compact in, Prajaha, progeny, Samsrujataha, generating, api, in spite of, te, yuva. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation: You are the original Rishi, and because your mind is always fixed on me, even though you will be engaged in generating various progeny, the vicious mode of passion will never encroach upon you. Please repeat: You are the original Rishi, and because your mind is always fixed on me, even though you will be engaged in generating various progeny, the vicious mode of passion will never encroach upon you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The same assurance is given to Brahma in the second canto, chapter 9, verse 36. Being so favored by the Lord, Brahma's schemes and plans are all infallible. If sometimes Brahma is seen to be bewildered, as in the 10th canto, he is bewildered by seeing the action of the internal potency, and that is also for his further advancement in transcendental service. Arjuna is found to be similarly bewildered. All such bewilderment of the pure devotees of the Lord is specially meant for their further advancement in knowledge of the Lord. The Sanstha Bhaktivedanta Purporto Madhyanatimirandhasya Anjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in this verse the assurance has come from the Lord. He is saying Rishi Madhyam na badhnati. You will not be bound. Brahma's concern is that his service is to generate the progeny. Praja samsrujatopi. Progeny involves passion. So he has to create a progeny, and that too on a massive scale. Entire universe has to be filled up with the living entities. So he is actually playing with passion. So he is always concerned and is appealing to the Lord, please protect me from this very passion, what I am dealing with. So here that's why Lord is assuring Brahma, Rishi Madhyam. He is calling Brahma as the original Rishi of the universe. Krishna's certification. Rishi Madhyam na badhnati, you will not be bound. Papiyam stvam rajoguna, the vicious mode of rajoguna. Here the word that is used is badhnati, means encroaches. The passion will not encroach upon you. And here Krishna himself is saying papiyam. The passion is actually vicious, sinful. Yan manomayi nirbadham. Why? Because manomayi, your mind is always fixed upon me, upon Krishna, upon Vishnu. So yan manomayi nirbadham. Nirbadham means compact. Compact in the thought of Krishna. This is also known as gravity of the thought. Very deeply thinking about the details of the service. So Brahma is engaged like that. He is compact in understanding, analyzing and then executing the services. So that's why, because he is absorbed like that, Manomai Nirbadham, you will not be Praja Samsprujatopite, although he is creating the progeny. So this is the assurance. Certainly Brahmaji is favored by the Lord. Lord is accepting that he is also a Rishi. Rishim Adhyam, you are the original Rishi in the universe. And what is this Rishi doing? He is creating progeny, filling up the universes. So Rishi doesn't mean, as soon as we hear Rishi, it doesn't mean that you have to wear a special dress and a big beard and a kamandalu, and then you are walking in the forest, moving around. That is also Rishi. But one can be Rishi even in suit and boot. A king can be Rishi. Here Brahma is also Rishi. So king who is ruling the entire kingdom, he is supposed to be a Rishi. That's why the previous rulers of our country, like Parikshit Maharaj, Yudhishthira Maharaj, they are all known as Raja Rishi. Although they are in the dress of a king, inside they are Rishis. And what is the Rishi's main purpose? Mano, Mayi, Nirbadham, always thinking of Krishna. This is Rishi. If he is not thinking of Krishna, even if he is wearing all kinds of symbols of a Rishi, he is not called a Rishi. So these titles are given on the basis of consciousness, not on the basis of dress. But dress code is also recommended because ordinary people may not understand what is the consciousness of a person. And so the dress code allows etiquette, a proper etiquette in the society. Otherwise, these titles are based on the consciousness. Rishi Adhyam Nabadnati. And so, here Prabhupada is explaining that because he is favored by Krishna, now Brahma, his schemes and plans are all infallible. What is the result of the favor of the Lord? The result is here, in the case of Brahma, that his schemes and plans are all infallible, will never fail. Brahma, or in the parampara of Brahma, any acharya, his schemes and plans will never be infallible, will never fail actually. They are always infallible. They never fail. So Brahma got the blessings. So similarly, all the parampara acharyas in the Brahma Sampradaya, like Prabhupada is the 32nd acharya in the Brahma Sampradaya, all his schemes and plans are all infallible. Whatever he desired, whatever he schemed, whatever he planned, everything became successful. For example, Prabhupada wanted book distribution. And then we see during Prabhupada's time, his books were distributed on a massive scale. In 70s, when the book distribution was on the peak, to print Bhagavad Gitas, the entire train full of paper was booked. Or the whole train is carrying only the paper to print Prabhupada books. Jai Radha Govinda. Because Bhakti Siddhanta wanted. He said, if you do Kirtan in this temple, it will be only heard within the hall. But if you print books and distribute this message, that is called Bruhat Kirtan, Bruhat Sankirtan. So, Bhaktisiddhanta told Prabhupada, if at all you have some money, you get some money, you print books and distribute widely. And that's what Prabhupada has done. His plan to make it, his books, very popular, has become successful. When he used to publish Back to Godhead magazine, he used to always aspire that this magazine should be circulated like Time magazine or Week magazine. The Week, they are very popular, illustrated weekly. So then Prabhupada's desire is fulfilled. Back to Godhead magazine, those days, 70s, monthly sometimes 1 million copies are printed and distributed. This is the kind of, so you can see, whatever he desires, an Acharya desires, those desires are all infallible. Krishna will ensure that his devotee never fails. So that's the beauty of this parampara. Here also we are seeing, being so favored by the Lord, Brahma's schemes and plans are all infallible. In fact, Brahma could successfully execute his service and give a place to all the conditioned souls in this universe, and also simultaneously educate them about devotional service, so that they may get attracted to Krishna and then take advantage of the knowledge. So he has played his role wonderfully, and which is accepted by Krishna himself as Rishim Adhyam. He is a great sage. But then sometimes we see Brahma is getting bewildered. You see, he is having some bewilderment. So Prabhupada is saying that bewilderment is due to action of the internal potency. Action of the internal potency. Like this Leela, which we will hear in the 10th canto, Brahma's Leela of this bewilderment, that is called Brahma Vimohana Leela. So there is an interesting verse in the 10th canto where this Brahma's bewilderment is explained. So here it says, Evam sammohayan Vishnum vimoham vishvamohanam swayaiva mayaya jopi swayameva vimohitaha. Thus, because Lord Brahma wanted to mystify, he wanted to mystify the all-pervading Lord Krishna, who can never be mystified, but who, on the contrary, mystifies the entire universe. This is Krishna's position. Nobody can mystify him, bewilder him. So he himself was put into bewilderment by his own mystic power. Brahma tried to put Krishna into his Maya. He himself got into Krishna's Maya. This is the Brahma Vimohana Leela. So Prabhupada is saying, instead of defeating Krishna, Brahma himself was defeated. For he could not understand what Krishna was doing. Since Brahma, the chief person within this universe, was so bewildered, what is to be said of the so-called scientists and philosophers? See how Prabhupada is connecting to current situation. Sarvadharman parityadhya mamekam sharanam vraja. We should give up all our tiny efforts to defy the arrangement of Krishna. Instead, whatever arrangements he proposes, we should accept. Whatever Krishna proposes his pure devotee proposes, we should accept. This is always better, for this will make us happy. The more we try to defeat the arrangement of Krishna, the more we become implicated in Krishna's Maya. So, we can see Brahma, he wanted to bewilder Krishna, mystify Krishna, he himself became mystified. He could not understand the opulence and power of Krishna. So, Prabhupada is saying this is actually internal action of the internal energy. Why? How you can say, here Prabhupada is saying, that is also for his further advancement in transcendental service. So, when the devotee goes through bewilderment, what is the end result? Devotees may go through bewilderments, confusions, doubts, disagreements, and like that the various things prop up in our, in our mind-body system. So how those bewilderments or all these confusions about Krishna's actions or Acharya's instructions or even Vaishnava's actions, there could be a lot of confusion, doubts and disagreements, and we may differ. And so what should be our mood in such circumstances? So here Prabhupada is saying, Arjuna is also found to be similarly bewildered. All such bewilderment of the pure devotees of the Lord is specifically meant for their further advancement of knowledge of the Lord. Now this is the key point. So we may also go through these bewilderments, confusions and doubts and all these things. Pure devotee means these things are utilized for advancement of knowledge of the Lord. See? A devotee is so expert, even if his body produces all this nonsense emotions, those forces are there. He utilizes those forces in order to advance in the knowledge or in order to advance in the service of Krishna. This is an important. For example, when Arjuna is bewildered, Bhagavad Gita was produced. See, advancement of knowledge. Bhagavad Gita came up. When Parikshit Maharaj was in confusion, what to do at that time, at the last moment, that became a source for Bhagavatam. Similarly, Brahma's Vimohana Leela, he got bewildered, he got confused about Krishna's position, Krishna's actions he could not understand. But ultimately, it became for his own advancement in transcendental service. So these are the two things. Anything that may come up, any force that may come up in our life, a pure devotee means he utilizes that also for two things, either to advance his service or to advance his knowledge. This is the expertise. Of course, in sadhana stage we require guidance to dovetail these forces. One has to approach the spiritual master or the system that he has created. One has to approach the authority system and then take help. Prabhu, this is what I am going through. I have this doubt, or I have this bewilderment, not able to understand certain decisions, certain actions, or certain behaviors. How do I understand? One has to seek knowledge, higher knowledge, so that the so-called bewilderments and confusions will be clarified. Confusions and bewilderments are because of ignorance. Instead of thinking that I am ignorant, I need to take help and progress in my service and knowledge. Sometimes one thinks that somebody else is wrong, others are wrong. So, here that's why there are a lot of things to learn. Brahma, his bewilderment is not called Maya, the Mahamaya, because Prabhupada is saying it's an action of internal potency. Now, how do you realize whether it is an action of internal potency or an action of external potency, Mahamaya? Whether it is Yogamaya or Mahamaya. If anything, any of these bewilderments or forces, any force which is generated, it is Maya. Something is pushing you, Maya. But then, if you are utilizing that to advance your service or knowledge, then it becomes internal potency. But let us say that whatever doubt or this and that you have, and then instead of utilizing it for advancement, you are using it for destroying yourself, destroying others, then that becomes Mahamaya. See, force is there. So a devotee utilizes all these forces in service of the Lord. That is the intelligence. Say, Krishna, I am such a fool, I have generated this negative force, or whatever my past karma, I want to, utilizing this pressure in me, I want to serve you more, I want to learn more, I want to understand more. This is the devotee's understanding. One should not think that I can simply progress on my own. Now I know how to chant, now I know how to do service, all these things I understood. Now we have more clarity from soulful japa also. What is there? Why I have to approach anybody? I can always. The problem is our past. The past conditioning haunts us and produces these various vikaras in our mind. And then, if those things are not handled, that requires help. That requires help. For example, here Brahma, when he is bewildered, Arjuna said, Shashasteham sadimam tvam prapannam. So without Guru's expert guidance, the system that he has kept for guidance, without that, nobody can progress. It is one more Maya if somebody thinks that no, I can just on my own, I can just go on, I don't have to consult anybody. This is also one more Maya. So, in our life also, whatever appears in our consciousness, like here it is said, Papiyam tvam rajoguna. The rajoguna will attack. This is the problem. When rajoguna, we come in contact with rajoguna, sometimes it attacks us. Some things we can manage, but some things we cannot manage, it attacks us. What is this attack? In our consciousness, continuously those thoughts, continuous those desires, vasanas, they're all erupting in our mind. Some things we are able to manage because we don't have such attachment to that. But some things are very attractive, and then they attack. You fall for that suggestion by the mind. Mind suggests. Some passionate thought comes. It says, this is nice. Previously you have done it. Previously you are very happy with this. Why don't you try now? So, no, I have become a devotee. I will not. Then Maya goes back. And then again comes back in one more attractive form. And says, say, look, that is okay, chodo. This is very good. Again, in the past, you are very happy with this. Why don't you try this? Like that, this Maya comes and charms us, repeatedly trying to attract, charming us. Come here, temptations. So this is the problem. So devotee, he should be expert in taking all these forces and keep it at the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna. He should know how to utilize these forces to become more serious in service, more serious in the knowledge. This is the goal. Then his actions are under internal potency. But let us say, instead of utilizing these forces, one may think, no, my forces are very bad. It's okay. There is a force, no? You forcefully do services. More nicely you do. There is a pressure. It's like a pressure cooker inside. Okay, do nice. More services you do. These are the tricks, transcendental tricks. Shastra says, lust, anger, pride, all these things can be utilized in Krishna's service. This is possible, but that requires guidance. Envy, there's so many things, so many forces are there. All these things have to be properly guided. Otherwise, the forces can become destructive to us. Any questions? Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా